I'm gonna show you guys some of the work I did. But first, even though the sun's about to set, I wanted to show you guys this. It's been like this for the last hour. It's like those clouds aren't really moving, and if you look, there isn't really any clouds anywhere else. It's been so nice right now. It's like the sun is already set, but it actually hasn't set. It's still up. Normally right now, I'd be getting hit with sun, still waiting for it to get behind that mountain, which will be in like 5 minutes, 10 minutes. But man, it is so nice to get that shade. Anyways, so let me show you some things that have happened. A little update. So I know that you guys have seen this. They kind of stopped messing with it, but I'm pretty sure it's done. Like I said, they chewed it straight to the core. I put a shovel over it. I don't think this thing's gonna come back. I'm pretty sure it's dead. But I have heard rumors, stories of yucca, like cut up yucca branches that were just, you know, at pretty much pieces of wood at the point that they cut them up and threw them on the side of the road. 6 months later, you come by and they're actually growing roots into the ground and starting to grow another yucca. So I don't know. My guess is that when they eat the core out like that, and there's like, basically the head's been eaten off, it's done. And sadly, they still at war with the fire ants. That's not the sadly part. If anyone's got a solution, I'm willing to try anything. I've thought about dry ice. They put some dry ice in the hole and put a bucket over it. I don't know. But anyways, this was pretty much my garden right here, and this is what they've done to this one. I don't think this is the fox, because the fox wouldn't be able to get in here. I think this is some kind of probably a chipmunk or kangaroo mouse. Like, I left just for a few hours and you see the disturbed dirt every time I come back. The glass doesn't bother them, they just push it out of the way. And even in here, it was all disturbed. Oh, and this right here, they're just eating it more and more. And so I'm afraid that they're gonna start eating the other ones too. I don't know what the hell to do to stop it, but that's clearly some kind of mouse that's been chewing on that thing. What do you guys think? I ripped the top off of it. But I'm worried that, you know, my guess is that they're sitting on this piece of wood that I moved back right here. It was right up against it, and it's like they were just chewing, whoever it was, some animal just chewing on it. Dying for this blue mural to grow another arm. It's looking green. It was kind of yellow before because I had it in a potting plant. Now it's starting to look like a regular blue mural, very green, darkening up, but still no sign of another arm growing yet. Usually once you cut the top off, it doesn't take too long for them to grow another arm, and I haven't gotten another arm yet. I don't know. Maybe it's because of, you know, it's just now being replanted. It hasn't been in the ground for a month yet, and it needs to get some new roots going first, or the shock of the new environment, or a combination of things. But it does look better. Whatever's eating this thing, though, I really hope that they just, you know, this thing can figure out its way, or I have to figure out how to protect it. I know that blue mural, the alkalinity in blue mural is very, very bitter. You know, it's related to San Pedro, but it doesn't get you high. It's the same kind of alkaloid, and because it's a succulent, you can actually connect them together and continue the growth. But aloe vera here, I know, has almost no alkalinity to it, and it really depends on those spines, and those spines aren't even as good as what's on the blue mural. Blue mural's got some decent spines. Very small. And they hurt if you squeeze that. Someone threw that to you and told you to catch it with your bare hands, you'd be mad at them. But this, not so much. I think I could just rub my finger on that. Kind of the ends where they dry are kind of spiny. That would definitely scratch you up pretty bad if you fell on it, but you would do a lot more damage to the cactus than that thing would be doing to you. Anyways, yeah. Very little that I've been able to do has stopped these animals. It looks like the fox still comes up here and checks this out all the time, but he's not digging up so much. I think I realized something, that there's a hole like right down there somewhere, and that's where these animals are coming from. Whatever this is, a rat, a mouse, a chickmunk, whatever it is coming up from right there, from the bush. Let me show you. I shoved some stuff. The snares didn't work. Maybe I'm not good at making snares. But there's a hole there. It does look like there's some activity. So I shoved a bowl in there that was covered in crow poop. And I shoved a stick in there just to kind of clog it up. Force them to try and use some other end sticks in. And over there, there's another hole that I could see there was some activity going on. I put some wood down and I set up a snare. But ever since I did that, there's no activity. I put my footprint down because it looked like there wasn't anything going on. So I put my footprint down so that I would know if anything was coming in and out of that hole. They would step on my footprint and I could see the activity. And there's no activity, not since at least 2 days now. So I think those two are done. That one over there looks like completely yellow. This one still has some green. These other plants are doing okay. And that's what made me start looking at what's going on over here. Because my other plants here, they're not getting, nothing is really chewing them up. One plant over there got chewed up on the other side a little bit. I think I showed you guys that, and I thought it was a fox. I'm thinking that is one of these rodents. Nothing has happened to this one. Nothing has happened to this one. This one, I thought for sure they're gonna get to. It's got its whole side here completely exposed to the morning sun too, and like it doesn't take much for any of these rodents to start just chewing into that and do the same thing to it. But nobody's done it yet. No rodent has come over here and started chewing on this one yet. This is my last big one, my last big yucca that was given to me by my friend Lisa. So I don't know. I do kind of know. When I started looking at this, that's why I started looking at the hill, and I saw a hole that looked like it had some activity, and the rodents were coming in and out of it. So, and there's nothing like that really around here. There was a lizard living in here when I first moved here 30 days ago, and I don't see the rodent, or I don't see the lizard, and I haven't seen any sign of any rodents chewing this thing up. And same with this one over here. It got a little bit of chewing on, like these right here, but that was it. They just chewed on the edge of the leaves. The plant itself is doing fine too, just like the other ones. It's doing totally fine. And then I gotta show you this one. Moved my gazebo finally. Moved it by myself. I thought for sure I was gonna need somebody to move it for me or help me. I almost lost it. It nearly fell apart. Nearly fell apart when I moved it. I thought it was done. And I was like, well, there goes $170. So this one, I had this one in a bucket, and I had that one in the bucket and just stayed in the bucket forever. It wasn't until the shed got here, once the shed was built, that I finally planted it. I thought it was gonna die. It was almost dried up, but I think it made it. looks like it did. These beetles are freaking everywhere. Look at this guy. These ones, there's the black ones. I used to see the solid, smooth, shiny black ones all the time. I never really saw these ones very often. But this year I'm seeing a whole bunch of these guys. Last night I counted 7 right here on this one plant drinking water, and only 3 of the shiny black stink beetles. I didn't really notice these guys. But I guess they're too armored for the fire ants to mess with. But yeah, that's oh wait, I haven't even showed you. Well, I guess this is gonna be a little bit longer video than I thought. Way longer than usual. I don't know, headlights chewing on it. But they've left it alone. This is the one I was talking about. It's not that far from where they were coming up from. It doesn't look too good, but the core is still there. Anyways, before I make this too long, let me show you my work. I did want to do a video to show you guys this as I was working. If only you guys knew how hot it gets out here. I took advantage of the cooling down, slight cooling down. The clouds, that's what brought the cooling down. And I did a little more fencing, and it looks good. This is my fence. So this isn't wired up at all. That's just two pieces of wood in there. But this side is completely wired up. Work in progress. It's not done yet. Pretty sure I can't even. I'm not supposed to have a fence this low. And let's be honest, where is this really stopping? Anybody could just step over this. Any animal can go right through this. What am I keeping out? Nothing. And plus, it only goes to here too. This isn't the corner of my property. This isn't even the edge of my property. My property goes about halfway into the road. But this is just my guess. Just to get some kind of different, idea of where the edge of my property is. I have no idea if this is the edge, but it's somewhere right around here. And here, start a little hole. Maybe make a pond here. We'll see. Plant some trees right here. It'd be a great way to welcome people into my property. I tell you, it sure feels proud to have this done and to drive home and drive through this, even if only one side is at least considerably complete. Like, I'm proud of just that. Thin wire, easily breakable wire. But I'll get more done. I got this. This whole thing in, this whole circle here, or if I just want to do the front and then maybe do something similar on this side. Or just make that the grand entrance, and then this look more like an exit, since that is pretty much what it is. It's an exit. I get more cars coming from that way than I do that way. Usually when a car goes that way, at some point, sooner or later, they turn around and they come back. I don't entirely know why. If they come back soon, it's because they saw the wash and they decided not to drive their car through it. If they come back later, I have no idea why. Although there are other roads, there's at least one, if not 2 other roads that go off to the left out into the desert, and they take you towards those hills, those chocolate-shaped hills in California City, if you keep going straight. back roads, man. Back roads. But anyways, this is long enough. Thanks for watching. Enjoy my update.